Hey everyone, welcome. Happy New Year. I'm Laura from Cloud Underground, and I'm here for our first stream of 2023, the first of many. Really excited to be here to kind of give everyone an idea of what we're going to be up to, what we've been up to, and things that are coming up very in the very near future here for Cloud Underground. First and foremost, I did want to say that, like, I know the new year can be kind of a weird time for people. I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be, like, really, like, this is your time to make all these transformations and changes in your life. And I just want to be the person out there that says, like, I didn't make any resolutions this year because I feel like if you want to make a change, you need to make it today, not January 1st, not, yesterday, but, it's time. If you're ready, make it when you're ready. And I was reminded today, too, of this, Charles Dickens quote, which I think really sums up the new year, the last year. It was a tough year for some people. The last few years I feel like have been a lot for a lot of people, and it certainly wasn't the easiest year for me and my family, and we're looking forward to some happiness and light in 2023. But you never know. That's life. As my mom likes to say, those are the vicissitudes of life, the ups and downs. You never know. Things can change at any moment. And I just, I'm very optimistic for the new year. I'm not going to take that away. But I got this quote today in a newsletter that just seemed like so appropriate, which is Charles Dickens, how he opens The Tale of Two Cities, which was, it was the worst of times, it was the best of times, it was the age of foolishness, it was the age of wisdom, it was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity, it was the season of darkness, it was the season of light, it was the winter of despair, it was the spring of hope. That's life. Up and down, good and bad. We're just all over the place sometimes, but I really hope the best for everyone moving into this new year. And again, just take it easy on yourself, and don't put too much pressure on yourself, and enjoy life as much as you can. That's our motto for 2023. Enjoy life, take care of ourselves, take care of our mental health, and everything will be smooth and great. So the next thing I want to talk about, a little more business related here with Cloud Underground. We get asked all the time. NATO particularly gets asked constantly, how did you learn the things that in relation to, ethical hacking, cloud security, just technical, like coding, technical things, asset management. How did he get to learn a lot of these skills? He's going to talk a lot more about this himself in the next few days, but I'm going to give you guys a little preview of like what's to come, which is NATO learned a lot of his skills through gaming. Even as a child, he was like hacking his Sega Dreamcast without even realizing he was doing things that might not have been, officially like okay, but he was just a kid, and he was having a good time trying to play his game on the internet. So, his skills harken back to his Sega Dreamcast days, and a lot of those things really haven't changed. We still are constantly building systems and tools that allow us to do cloud gaming, essentially, and a lot of the tools that we've developed, we test by gaming on them, because it's a great way to stress test a system. If you ever watch like Linus Tech Tips, they always play games once they build a machine to just see how it's running. So it's a great way to just test a system. And but beyond just like the technical like skills that it takes to like build a gaming machine, like that's a talent right there. Beyond those things, you're also building something that you own. Supply chains. Making games isn't free for a lot of MMORPGs, like the one I'm about to talk about. You do have to pay a monthly fee once you reach a certain point. And so because building a game and having a sustainable MMORPG that's been around for years and years and years, and still has a strong following and a strong community. That takes a lot of resources from a gaming company. So what I'm talking about a little bit here is we are going to be building a guild in Final Fantasy XIV. Why Final Fantasy XIV? Well, A, it's one of these MMORPGs that has a very strong following, a great community, and it's always kind of fresh and new. They're releasing new campaigns, and beyond that, NATO also was a beta tester for Final Fantasy XIV. When it first came out, it bombed terribly, and they needed help. Square Enix needed help, so they reached out to just kind of the greater developer community and said, help. And NATO was one of those people who answered the call. And so he and a lot of other people, a lot of other developers were able to help build essentially the relaunch of Final Fantasy XIV. So when the game failed and didn't do well, they kind of reworked it and relaunched it. And NATO was part of that team. I'm going to show you an image really fast. He sent me this that I could share with you guys. As you can see here over on the right hand of the screen, you can see Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn beta version. So NATO still has that. He still has the beta version that he used and he got to play to help essentially make the game better, and that's such a cool thing to have a community building a world together. So that's essentially what we're going to do in Final Fantasy XIV. So we're going to start a guild, and we would like to invite anyone who wants to be a part of it, who wants to work hard and help us build our guild. You can come and join us, and we're going to have a lot more to say about that in coming days. We're going to be doing a lot of like game streaming, which we're also really excited about. So we're turning the work into the fun, and we're going to be doing some enjoyable things to help build our community, to help test our systems, and to help people learn skills. We're all about teaching real world business skills, and you know what? You can learn real world business skills in an MMORPG like Final Fantasy XIV. Because once again, you have to learn how to get a license. You have to learn how to configure your game so that it even works on your computer. You have to troubleshoot problems when it doesn't work. And then when you find out that when you finally do get it to work, you realize you don't have the right license. Maybe you have to go buy another license. And then, things can be inconvenient if you're not paying attention and not following the systems and not doing the right thing. So, joining a guild, which we're going to have as sort of like a free business that you can come and be a part of in Final Fantasy XIV, is a great way for you to learn a lot of these skills. Another thing that you have to consider when you're playing an MMORPG is, like, not only are you often paying a monthly fee, Final Fantasy XIV is free up until a certain level, I believe. So you can start for free and see if it's something you're into before you actually invest in it, which is always great. We always like that. But anyway, once you get into the game, there's also like microtransactions. You pay real world money for like in-game currency and in-game items, which I think is becoming more and more of an economy with, things like Meta having virtual worlds and the metaverse and virtual reality, virtual gathering spaces. That's exactly what we're trying to kind of work into with this guild in Final Fantasy XIV. So of course, like, anytime that you can move out of free-to-play and into a business model that's actually paying money, like Final Fantasy XIV and Square Enix has done with this game, is awesome. It's a great way to fund a business, especially with monthly subscriptions. And it organizes people. It creates a sense of community, and like, what better way to sell a product if that's something you're interested in doing, which if you're in our market and in our ecosystem, we hope that that's something you're interested in doing, because that's what we tailor a lot of our services around. That's one of the best ways to grow and market your business, is to grow a community. I mean, we practice what we preach. We have our DevSecOps dojo, and now we're going to have a Final Fantasy guild as well. So, there's so many advantages to this sort of a model, and we are really excited to have it, to get it going and get it started. And we're getting our first few people in it right now, and we will be live streaming some gaming in the very near future. So keep an eye out on that. And also, you should definitely check out the NATO's Code YouTube channel. I will make sure I link that in the description of this video, and make sure you guys can find that, because NATO will probably be streaming directly there, and then we'll be sharing in between, and I'll be streaming here on the Cloud Underground channel, and it's just going to be a fun live streaming gaming party as often as we can make it happen. So very excited about that. The last thing I want to talk about is automate boring things. There is a link in the video description to automate boring things, which is our ebook and RPG experience that we are creating right now. So you can go on our website right now and buy automate boring things. And currently what you get is the ebook and a matrix that will help you, a serverless control matrix template essentially that will help you figure out what you need to automate and how to automate those things. And then there's also our quick start guide and quick reference guide. So you get those things right away, and the price is, it's discounted right now because we're still developing some minor concepts with our video expanded course. So we have decided to make that course even bigger than we had initially thought. But just so you know, if you do buy that course now, get into it at the lower price, you will be in it at that lower price forever. So as soon as the new content comes out, you get access to that. You also get access to all future updates to that course at no extra cost. So it's always good to pre-order stuff from us when you get a chance, because a lot of times you can lock in a lower price like forever. So anyway, you can go and check that out. The quick start guide is linked below. You can check that out for free and then learn more about the bigger course as well. So that is going to be coming out in the next 2 weeks. We're going to be dropping some expanded video content for Automate Boring Things. So we're really excited about that as well, and keep an eye out for that. If you're enjoying our video content, definitely like and subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot of exciting things. We're going to be back doing podcasts again. I know everyone liked that, and I know it kind of died for a little while, and we're bringing it back. So I think we're going to have our first podcast episode on Thursday right here on the Cloud Underground podcast. Watch it live, subscribe to our channel, like our video.